welcome back to a new video. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. This morning it's MOT time for this van, the VW that is, and hopefully it passes with flying colours, but this is the earliest woke up in a while, and look what it woke up to. Look how beautiful that is. Absolute stunning. Okay, I even got some, where are they? Oh, I've lost them. They're in the sky somewhere. No, somewhere in there. There was a load of geese flying over, but look at that for a view to wake up to. Yeah, absolutely stunning this morning. But let's go and have breakfast, get changed, and get this van off for an MOT, and hopefully it passes with flying colours. There's no reason it shouldn't. We haven't found any issues with it. I just need to check the lights and check the oil and stuff before we actually take it there, so I don't fail on something stupid. And then obviously hopefully it sells a bit easier, because obviously it'll have 12 months MOT. So we're kind of writing off a month of MOT just to kind of, now obviously we've got the new van, we want this sold, so hopefully with the new MOT, 12 months, people are a bit more interested. We've had a few more messages already, to be fair, so hopefully obviously with, like I say, another 12 months MOT, that'll obviously help a lot. But we're in a bit of a rush because we've only got half hour and we need to get everything ready and get over down there, so let's go.
Watch me just follow.
Right, so we're outside the MOT centre now. Van's just gone in, hopefully it comes back all clear. What do you think, T?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll just be wear and tear, like brakes or a spring or something, if it needs anything. But I think everything else is pretty fine.
Yeah, it seems like an absolute solid van. It's never let us down, never skipped a beat, not made any noises or anything. So I'm pretty confident it'll pass, and I'm hoping it passes with no advisories, no nothing, because it did last year. So fingers crossed it passes again with that. If it doesn't need anything, obviously we'll just get it done, but hopefully it doesn't, especially now we bought a new van. I don't really want to spend any more money on it. But yeah, hopefully it passes, and then we'll have 12 months MOT to go to its new owner, so fingers crossed. Rocky's just impatient and wants to go back to bed. Don't you, Rocky? You go back to bed? He's like, they've took my home, they've took my bed. Bless him. Alright, so it's come back out and it's failed, but luckily it's only failed on brake pads and a ball joint, and they're fixing them straight away, so they'll all be sorted. No other advisories either, so when it actually passes, when they do the retest, it'll pass with nothing, no advisories, no anything, so that'll be sweet. Hopefully that'll make it sell a lot easier. But kind of a bit annoying because it's cost us a bit more money.
Yeah, it's cost us 350 quid, but
yeah, at least it's done.
Yeah, it's fixed, sorted, and to be honest, I'm glad it's faulted, because I don't want to drive it around if it's got things faulty with it.
Yeah, so. Exactly. But yeah, hopefully that makes it sell a lot better. We've kind of just got to wait now, so we've got all our stuff, including Rocky. Waiting for Tabitha's mum to come pick us up, and we'll go back to the farm, chill out, and then wait for a phone call from these guys to say it's been done and we can come pick the van up. Hopefully that's early this afternoon, because it's 9 o'clock, so they should all get the stuff here by midday and then get it done by then. But yeah, so it's kind of not the greatest, but at least it's nothing too major, and yeah, just gotta get it done and we'll shoot back to the farm and chill out for the rest of the day. I need to test the battery as well from the new van. Last night it was all fine, but this morning I'm going to check it again because it was cold last night as well, so it'll be a good test for the battery to make sure it's like there's no drain from it or anything like that. And then I'm going to edit some videos, but yeah, we'll update you when we get back to the farm. Right, so while we're waiting for the work to be done to the van and get obviously the MOT certificate and stuff, we've come out for some food. Cause I haven't had breakfast, neither's Hazel. Tabitha has, so Tabitha's going to be having 2 breakfasts. But needs to be careful, she'll be getting tubby inside the van too. But yeah, so let's go and eat. Alright, so that full English went down, beautiful. We was just about to literally walk around because there's a big walk here, like big nature walk. They do wildflowers and stuff like that. So I was going to have a walk around while waiting for the van, and just as we started to walk around, Tabitha's phone rang and the van's ready to go pick up, so we're going to head over there now, get the certificate, 12 months MOT, which is awesome, and then head back to the farm, and hopefully the van sells a bit quicker with that. Alright, so back at the farm now, the other van's back and that's all fine. We've had some interest in that as well, and we're hoping someone's actually coming tonight to come and look at it, but we'll see on that. But yeah, so that's going well, especially because we've like put the new MOT on it and stuff. Fingers crossed that'll be gone by the end of the week. But we can't help ourselves, and we was actually bringing the camera over here to have a look around the outside of the van to see what needed doing before we started on the inside. But I couldn't help myself and
Rocky
brought the tape measure over and then started to have a little mess around inside, like coming up with some little ideas and stuff of like how the layout's going to be and that. So I'll pass the camera over to Tabitha, I'll jump in the back and I'll show you like what our initial ideas are, because you've helped a bit as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I had an initial idea and then Tabitha came in and went, well, why don't you just put that there and then swap that over there, and I was like, Ah, that might work better.
Right, so it's not set in stone, the design, but
No.
it's obviously a good start.
Yeah.
I don't know what Rocky's doing.
He's digging.
He's not, he's in the bag.
What are you doing, Rox? What are you doing, boy? You having fun?
He's got camera shy.
You having fun?
He's tied himself around the bag.
He's got himself trapped as well. That's one way to stop Rocky misbehaving, is just pointing the camera at him and he just freezes. But anyway, let me get inside the van and I'll show you the layout that we're thinking of at the minute. Alright, so the initial idea is to have a log burner right here in this little area, and then obviously, like we said, we're fitting a log burner and we've managed to, in the idea, get an idea of a layout that would actually fit it. So log burner here, kitchen unit kind of coming up to maybe here, because obviously there's steps there, so we need to make sure we've got enough room to come in. And then come around up to here, so a bit like an L kitchen up to this point. So all that there is going to be a nice big kitchen with like a sink, cooker, loads of storage underneath, all that sort of stuff. And then we're going to have two foot like wide seats opposite, one this side, one this side. And then in the middle will be a pull-out table coming out from the bed, which will be a permanent bed all the way back from here. So it'll be like a 4 foot wide bed, which is a bit wider than what we've got now in the van, and that's fine. So we're going to have a 4 foot wide bed here. Rocky's bed's going to go underneath our bed, in between the two seats. We'll have a pull-out table that goes obviously for the two seats when you're sitting down, so you can work on it like a desk or eat dinner and stuff like that. And then I think we're going to have, back over at the bed end actually, I think we're going to have like an overhead storage. So we're not going to make it too low though, because obviously depending on like where you're sleeping, like what ground, it might tilt that way or might tilt that way. So we want to be able to make sure we can sleep both sides, but we're going to have a main side that we sleep that's not going to have anything over the head. So in like an emergency, if you can't really get it level or anything, or if you don't want to flip the van around, you can just sleep the other way. But we need to have somewhere to store clothes, so that's the idea for that. I'm not too sure yet if we're going to have overhead storage above the kitchen area. I think we probably will, because we like our cooking and stuff like that, so the more storage we can get in the kitchen, the better. So we'll probably have like a little bit of storage, like a shelf or something here, that's the whole length of the kitchen. So we're going to have loads of storage in the kitchen, and then obviously we've got the space above the cab, which we're not going to do that much with that. It's just kind of going to be like just boxes or something that you just chuck in and then store loads of bits and bobs. But that's kind of the idea we've got at the minute. And it's awesome to be able to like just stand up in a van, move around, stretch.
Yeah, we've got so much space. How much space we got? 11'7".
Yeah, like 11 foot 7 inches.
And how much do we have in the T5?
Well, no idea. 6, 8, 7 foot maybe, something like 7.5 foot. So a lot different. But it's mainly the width and height as well. But yeah, being able to look at it and go permanent bed, seating area, pull out table. It's all easy to say. It's a lot harder to do. But we ain't got a rush. We've got at least until the end of November, I think it is, like minimum. Depending obviously if our van sells for like 7.5, 8 grand. It's up for 8 grand now because it's past an MOT, so I'll put the price up a little bit. Because I think it's worth it, obviously with a fresh like MOT for 12 months and stuff. So if that sells for 8 grand, this costs us 3,300. So that leaves us plenty of money left over to convert it, and obviously hopefully have a little bit extra, which keeps us going that little bit longer. So we've got at least until the end of November to convert this, which is a long, long time. It's what, 3 months, something like that, by the time we actually get to the end. So plenty of time to convert it.
And hopefully we can make some money by the end of November, and then we can keep going longer.
For sure. But that's obviously all if, buts and maybes. But yeah, it's really exciting actually to just kind of visualise it all and be like, wow, we've got loads of space compared to what we had before. And the quicker that van sells as well, the quicker obviously we'll get on with this, because we're not in a major rush with this at the minute. We're just kind of taking our time, so we're not going to rush it either. But what we actually came over for, like I said, was to actually look around the outside of the van and see what faults there are. Because there's a couple of little faults, so we need to walk around the outside of the van, look for faults and stuff, because we just want to make sure the outside of the van is mechanically sound. Like it's in really good condition, everything's working, everything's been done that needs to be done. We're going to underseal all underneath as well to make sure it doesn't rust, because I don't think there's any rust at the minute. So I'm going to get underneath because I can, because it's high, and underseal it all. So like first things first, outside of the van, then onto the inside of the van.
Yeah, so stop getting distracted, Liam. Get out of the van and sort the outside of the van out.
Got to do the boring part first. Right, so I did check the battery again earlier and it was perfectly fine, but while I'm here, I'm going to check it again just to make sure the battery is fine. So See what it is. Yeah, it's 12.76. It's not lost anything since earlier. So what actually caused the issue, which caused a 6-hour delay in us actually getting back, was just a switch that was left on in the front of the cab.
Yeah, that was Liam messing about with that.
No, it wasn't. That was already before we bought the
No,
van.
I'm blaming Liam.
All right, of course you are. But yeah, so that's all sorted. So we ain't got to worry about the electrics. There's a couple of little loose wires that we just need to tidy up. There's a couple of here. I believe all these wires here are from when they had the beacons on the roof. I believe that's what they're from. So we just need to tidy them up, take them all out and stuff so they're out of the way. That's one job to do. Where is the notepad?
In the van.
I need to get a notepad. I need to make lists.
Yeah, we're listing all the jobs that we need to do. So we've got to do all these boring jobs before we actually get to the interesting jobs of building inside.
Right.
Jobs for Liam to do.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put my feet up and have a cup of tea. And Rocky there plays with his football.
Right, beacon wiring, first job to do on the outside. Now, other than that, I think the engine bay's fine. Actually, no, it isn't. That's lying. Right, so what we have got, I'll get the actual torch out as well, is if you have a look down there, there's some surface rust on that metal there. So what I'm going to do with that, and it's the same on this side as well. There's a little bit over here. Again, if I can point down there somewhere.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do with that is just get a wire brush to it, take off all the rust, get some rust killer, get a little paint, and then just paint it over with some metal paint just to stop it from going even more rusty and stuff. Other than that, the engine looks fine. There's one thing, quite a major thing as well, that I need to check over, and that is the auxiliary belt. Because I think I can see cracks in some of that. There's cracks in there. So I might need to take that in and get looked at. That's not luckily the timing belt, that's just the auxiliary belt. But when, it's got full service history, and the one thing out of everything that's had done, it hasn't had done, is the timing belt and stuff. It's done 123,000. So as soon as that van's sold, I think we're going to get this in and get someone like an actual mechanic, even though I'm a qualified mechanic I suppose, but get someone in the garage to actually look at it to get the job done, because I can't be asked to do it, to be honest. I just don't really fancy it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of stuff in the way. I don't fancy taking all this off to go and do it again. Yeah, I just can't really bothered. So
yeah, we looked online and literally have to take the whole front off.
Yeah, it says you have to take the whole front off, and I was like, sod it. We're selling that for a decent price, which will cover this one. So yeah, I think we'll get that into the garage to get looked at, because that does need looking at. It's definitely got some cracks in it, and I don't like the look of it. So we'll get that booked in. Other than that, the engine bay looks pretty smart. Obviously there is supposed to be a filter here, ignore that. That's what I took out to get the battery out. So I just need to put that back in, but that's not hard. So that goes back in. I think the engine bay, other than that, is all spot on and sound. So now it's just to look around the rest of the van and see what else there is to do. Hello. What are you trying to do? What are you doing?
He's coming to help.
What are you doing, you donut? That's not helping. You're not helping. Oh, get out of here. Right, so what I was going to say was, oi. Yes.
He's like, I'm not got any attention, please, can I have some love?
That's all he wants, he just wants to play now. Oi.
You can go for your walk in a minute, boy.
Get down, you. Get down. Right, where's your ball? Go get your ball. Right, so after kicking the ball for him, yeah, underneath looks absolutely solid, but what I'm going to do is get a wire brush, give it a wire brush down. There doesn't look like much surface rust at all, but I'm still going to do that, and then I'm going to get some bitumen and underseal it, or probably get underseal actually, and just underseal it all. We've seen the cans are about £4 a can or something like that, somewhere around there anyway, so I'm just going to spray all underneath, just get all that sorted. The one thing that we do need to do is, there's holes in the floor, I think we mentioned that in another video. So there's holes in the floor where they've screwed things down to mount it to. So I just need to get some rubber grommets, whack them in the holes. Then I'm going to put sealant on top of the rubber grommets, and then obviously when I underseal underneath, that'll kind of secure the bottom as well. So that'll be like a little sandwich and cover all them holes up. So that's one thing to do underneath the van. So on the back, there's pretty much not much to do. There's a tow bar fitted. What we plan on doing with this is seeing how much it's actually worth. Because if it's worth a bit of money, we'll take it off, clean it up and sell it. Where's he gone? And if it's not worth any money, we're just going to leave it on because it's not really in the way or anything like that. But If we can get a few extra quid for it, then obviously awesome, we'll take it off, clean it up, but otherwise that's staying on. One issue I have found is here. This is supposed to be like a magnet thing. It's probably my fault, to be fair, because it was a bit rubbish and a bit rusty anyway. And I was like giving it a good yank when we was actually looking at the van to see how solid it was. And then when we was driving down the motorway, well, the A roads on the way back, that must have fell off. So we need to get one for that. It's a little magnet thing, which shouldn't be too expensive. The other issue is this lock. I believe the key goes in, but not enough in to turn. So there's obviously something in there that's causing an issue. So I need to have a look at that. Either I can sort out the lock and obviously reuse it. Maybe there's just some crap in there or something that needs cleaning out. Or I need to get a new one and refit a new lock. But on the back side of it, that's it. Oh, actually no, it's not. We have these hinges.
Oh yeah.
They've got a bit of rust on and stuff, so I just need to wire brush them down again. Yeah, look, just need to wire brush them down, rust kill them, and then paint them. Obviously we're painting the whole van. We're going to paint it NATO green. We've already ordered that paint. I think it's going to be like a week or two before that comes though, but we are going to paint it NATO green. So yeah, we've just got them hinges to do. So again, not that much bodywork. It seems absolutely mint. A few little issues here and there, but nothing too major.
Yeah, it just needs a little bit of TLC.
Does indeed, like most things. No?
Like me.
Definitely like you. And down this side of the van, there's nothing to do. It's literally fine. It looks clean. Everything works as it should. Yeah, it looks spot on down this side. It's literally just paint it. That's it. So on the outside of the van, that's all there's to do. So there isn't that much really to do. It's kind of just like Tav said, just a bit of TLC on the outside. And that's really it. And then it's kind of straight on with the inside, which is awesome. Obviously the cam belt and stuff is going to cost us a few quid. So there is one thing there that's going to cost a lot of money. But again, as we plan on having this van for a few years, at least a few years, this is obviously going to be a long-term van now. Especially now I measured it up and everything fits. I don't see us changing from this van until we like either save up a lot of money or something and have the opportunity to get a new van. But I don't think that will happen anytime soon. So yeah, this is definitely a long-term van. So I don't mind spending a few quid on the outside, obviously, on the engine and that, just make sure it's mechanically sound. So yeah, we're going to get that a cam belt and stuff looked at. Auxiliary belt and stuff, so yeah, we're going to get that looked at first, and then kind of we'll tinker with the other little bits on the outside as well before we start doing the inside. Right, and on top of the van, we actually forgot about that. So on top of the van, there's not much to do again. There's just like the old beacon like mount that we need to take off, and there's a couple of little plastic bits that just need sealing down. That's it.
Yeah, because there was a bit of knocking when we were driving, so
yeah,
I think that's what it is.
That's it. Yeah, it's literally just seal them two down, take that bracket off. Obviously we've got like the solar panel and stuff like that to fit, but that's obviously after mechanically and stuff. There's just a couple of little bits to do on top.
So we've gone around the van now, we've got a list of all the jobs we need to get done on the outside, and we've written ourselves down a shopping list so we can get on with ordering a few bits. Probably going to do that tomorrow now because it's getting late now.
Oh yeah, we're not doing that tonight.
Rocky needs to go out for a walk, so we're going to end the video here, I think.
Yeah, we are.
So thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.